Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight, a November snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Got it. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, pick your game up. Get up.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second and a couple. Lock. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
Here we go.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive.
Go.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Here's Locke. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsay, a pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Faking the give to Lindsay. Here's Locke. Sliding out of the pocket. His throw incomplete. Tried to get that one to Jake Butt. 3rd down here. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Play action. Now it's Locke. He's got his tight end fan. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver 1st.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? If as a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here in this first series. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch the safety creep. Back. Look at me. Zipper. Check. 59. You better be afraid of me. Big grip.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Black 25 behind. 50. Get him. 5 on the 50. 5 behind.
A first carry for Amir Abdullah. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Ready. Flip. What we got?
They go back to Abdullah on first. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Ready. White 25. Check white 21. Defense, win shit. Flip.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check Mike 21. Double dog. That's the way. Order. Check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Hey, here we go. Check. Even. Check nickel. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Winston. It's caught by Treadwell. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Jameis to throw it. This is screen to Abdullah. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Lucky. Slam. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
A 2nd down run for Abdullah. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Amir Abdullah with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Everson Griffin racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. On first down, Abdullah. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Sua Craven's up to make the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check Mike 21. Here we go. Easy. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Zoom. I got it. Green, triple T. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. I hope he runs away.
From the 45 on second down, Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Ready? Flag. Check Mike 21. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Follow. Check Mike 21. Set the tone, defense. Set. Let's go. Hey, check Mike 20. Hey, stop. Let's go. Hey, 5-0. Jump, go.
Winston from the gun on third down.
Check 26.
And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Flag.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Throwing here on first down. Flacco. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, it's Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A break from the ground game here. Flacco. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. Try to lay one up deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run.
16 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Ready? You ready? Check by 21. Stop your whining. Easy. Stay at home. Green, triple team.
3rd and short yardage. Winston escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Come on, QB, come on. Under 10.
From the gun, Winston. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
That's another Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Go! 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let him go.
Final play of the half here. Winston. It's complete. Abdullah. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Going deep for Diggs. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Hey.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. He's got a first down and more past the 30. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman, 82 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Lindsey going to try and run it in, and he'll get in for the 2 points. So that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal.
14.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Ready. Blue ready. 21. Check back 21. Oh, you got deep? Hatch it. Check 3. Check 3. Tommy. White. Delta. Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. You follow.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught on the right side at Smith. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Ready. White 25. Check Mike 21. I'm coming, baby. Green, triple T.
A shotgun handoff. This is Abdullah. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 22. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Sunday. Here we go, even.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On the delay, this is Abdullah. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Winston. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd and 11 now. Flacco. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long.
Tight dog. Check.
To pass, Flacco. And an alley. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Let him know. Hey, check Mike 21.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Running from the gun, it's Abdullah. Up and over, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready, blue ready. Mike 21, check Mike 21. Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
First down, Winston. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Amir Abdullah. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now here's Winston as his guys will line up and go for the two-point conversion. Throwing, Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Here's Flacco, and that's incomplete. Philip Lindsay, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. The Broncos had 15 4th down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. Rolling the dice on 4th. Flacco. And an alley. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Check 31, check 31.
Winston. This is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Santos with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. From the 30 on second down, Flacco. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there, first down. Flacco now just 2 out of 6 since coming on, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Shift. Gun. I got you. Hey, one set.
Here's Freeman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 41.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Flacco. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. On 3rd down, it's Freeman. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Flacco now on 4th. Going for the deep ball. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Alert 3. Kill.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Rolling to his right. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The Broncos on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. It's a give to Freeman running right. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a turnover on downs.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You get block me. You get block me. Here we go.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Ready. Black 25. Come on, D.
Winston goes ahead, takes the knee, and that should be all she wrote.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Vikings, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.